Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to have a lovely little chat about all of the secret rares from, well, look, here's the deal. They are from Stella Miracle over in Japan, but they're going to be Stella Crown over here, which is nice, so we can have a good gander. Excellent. So let's start off with the illustration rares, starting off with Ledian. Now, Ledian is, of course, one we saw previously. This one's got Haganasuke artwork. I love this. This is honestly probably going to be my chase here. I adore Ledian. I think Ledian is absolutely brilliant. I'm a huge fan of this artwork. As for the card, it's actually not too bad. You get to gust a 90 HP or less Pokemon when you evolve into it. But mostly here is the amazing artwork. Now, Lileep is another one I showed you previously, and this one is brilliant. For anyone who's got a lot of plants in their house, which I know sounds weird, but I stand by this, I'm sure you're going to look at this and be like, yeah, man, I need this card. This card is awesome. Big fan of Lileep. Lileep is brilliant. What I haven't shown you previously is the new Turtonator. Not a particularly great card, but it has got lovely artwork of Turtonator chilling in a cave. Why? Well, it's raining and Turtonator's a fire Pokemon. What are you going to do? Run around in the rain and get wet and extinguish all those flames? Nah, mate. Not going to happen. Another one I previously showed you here is Raboot. I like Raboot. Of course, we know that Cinderace is getting a Stellar Tera Pokemon in the set. We know that that's a thing. Well, we now have Raboot as well. And it's a vanilla card. There's nothing particularly special about it in terms of what it does, but it's got a lovely alternate art, and for that alone, I think it's pretty cool. Speaking of pretty cool, Crabominable. Now, this has artwork from the lovely Mitsuhiro Arita, who is, of course, one of the absolute masters of the Pokemon TCG. So, they've been around since the beginning, literally since the base set. And they're still producing artwork of this quality at this stage. It's phenomenal, it's wonderful, it's amazing, I love it. It's got that ability that reduces the attack cost by 1, colourless, for every Kofu in your discard pile. So you can do 250 for a single energy, and then you can't do it next turn, but that's fine. Switch in and that, you'll be fine. I think it's an interesting card. I think it's got phenomenal artwork. Which we can say about Joltik as well. Joltik has got this cool thing going on where, firstly, stunning artwork, yay. Secondly, absolutely phenomenal card in some situations. Because for a single colourless energy, you get to search your deck for 2 basic grass and 2 basic lightning and attach them to your Pokemon. And you can get KO'd, but we got a bunch of ways to, take advantage of getting KO'd nowadays. And you get 4 energy on the field before you do so. I can't be the only one here that's thinking, you know what? This seems pretty cool, and I'm kind of a fan of this. Think the artwork looks awesome. Think the card is cool. Which is honestly pretty much how I feel as well about Zeraora. Obviously, the artwork here, absolutely stunning. I don't think many people are arguing against that. But you've also got single energy, 20 damage, plus 20 more for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So if they've got a full bench, you do 120 for 2 energy on a lightning Pokemon where accelerating energy is not that difficult. And hang on a second, we might have something rolling on here. Either an early game aggression card or just a decent single prize Pokemon. Either way, I think this is cool. Now, Milcery is another one that came around quite recently, which we saw, which I absolutely adore. Again, the card itself is well boring. Single energy 20, nobody really cares. But it's got lovely, adorable artwork. It's a very cool looking card. It's one we like very much indeed. So it's another one of those cards that I think a lot of people are going to get pretty gosh darn happy if they pull in their packs. Now, Meditite is one I've not shown you before. There is a Chatot flying around in the background, which is going to make some people pretty happy. It's an underwhelming card. Heals 20 damage or does 50 for free energy, but it looks amazing and it's got Chatot. I like this one a lot. I also like cake, which means I like gulping, eating an entire cake. I like cake. This does make me want to go and buy donuts, though. And I'm really trying hard not to go and buy donuts. I don't have time. I'm a busy dude today. But this makes me want to go and buy donuts. Our Chaladon I showed you the other day. This one is a very cool card because it's just wandering around in the festival. And I like cards that make me think back to my time playing the games. And our Chaladon absolutely does that very nicely indeed. And then we got Knocked Out to finish off, which remember is going to be our Elite Trainer Box promo. So for us, this won't be in the set proper. It's going to be an Elite Trainer Box promo, but it's got lovely artwork. And the card itself, when you evolve into it, you search for any 2 trainer cards. Card is cracked. Card is absolutely brilliant, and it's got wonderful artwork. Good job we're getting it as a promo. Now moving on to EXs are in the usual deal where they all have a full art, but half of them have a special illustration as well. So Hydrapple here, we've got a full art and a special illustration rare. I like this Hydrapple. It is a stage 2, which is annoying, I grant you. But it's got an ability that says once during your turn, you can attach a grass energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon, and then heal 30 from it. And then an attack that does 30 damage plus 30 for each grass energy attached to all of your Pokemon. I'm just saying this one has a lot of potential and I'm into it. We've then got ourselves just a full art of Cinderace EX. With my apologies to the Cinderace fans, there is no special illustration rare here. You just get a full art. What I will say is, the full art, this is just a full art, but because it's a Stellar Terra Pokemon, you've got the full rainbow background thing going on with the border and all of that. And these look way better than regular full arts. I stand by that. And we can say the exact same thing about Lapras. Again, we've just got a full art. Sorry about that. Nothing more. But we have got a very, very nice rainbow border thing going on, which makes me a little bit happy. Now, Galvantula does get a special illustration rare as well as a full art. And this is really interesting to me because I'm going to jump ahead a tiny bit here. It looks very, very much like the Terrapagos. Not exactly, and they're different artists and all of that, but they've got a very similar thing going on of just Pokemon in the center doing the whole Stella thing, which I think is cool, but there's not as much variety as I might have been hoping going on here. Galvantula, I hope you're a fan. There's 2 cool versions of it. This is awesome. Now, Dashburn also gets a special illustration rare in addition to a full art. And it's one I showed you previously. It's not a new one. I've already shown you this one. And I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you last time. Is Dashburn enjoying the sweets, the baked goods? Or is Dashburn one of the baked goods? Because this card gets very different feelings depending on which one of those statements is true. I love the special illustration rare here, though. Unishida's knocked it out the park. And then we got Orthworm. And I've already seen somebody comment, nobody wants this card. Nah, mate. I want full art Orthworm. I have a real habit of pulling, when I buy Japanese boxes, just random full arts. If I get a random full art Orthworm, and the video's going to go on this channel, I promise you, I'll be a little bit upset because I want a special illustration rare. But in terms of pulling a full art, I think this might be the one I most want to pull. I love it. I love him. He's awesome. And then Terrapagos has 3 special versions. We've got the full art. We've got the special illustration rare that I showed you a while back. And we've got a gold version as well, which shouldn't really surprise anyone, of course. Again, it's just a full art, but goldified. Shouldn't really surprise anyone because the poster child of the set, whichever Pokemon gets the front of the booster pack, always ends up getting a gold version. What I will say is, with the rainbow borders on the Stella Terra EXs, I think they're quite a bit better than the gold version. Maybe when I see them in hand, I'll feel differently. But right now, I think the full art might be better than the gold. So cool. Moving over to supporters, same kind of deal. 2 of them have special illustration rares. 2 of them just have full arts. The ones that just have full arts are Crispin and Kofu. And I've shown you both the special illustration rares already, so you should know where we're going with this. And these are cool. I mean, Kofu isn't a great card, but it does reduce the cost of some attacks, like I showed you a minute ago. But Crispin is like legit brilliant. Like genuinely brilliant. Because it lets you search the deck for 2 different types of basic energy. One gets attached and one goes into your hand. Really great for the Stella Tera Pokemon that need 3 different types of energy to actually use their attacks. Big fan of Crispin. Crispin is a really good card. The set's not out in Japan, so it's not legal, so I can't say for certain, but I do expect Crispin to see a bunch of play. Lacey, of course, does get a full art and a special illustration rare. I've already shown you both of them previously. Special illustration rare does have Crispin on, so Crispin doesn't get a special illustration rare, but it's not a million miles away. And Lacey's a cool card. It's a shuffle draw 4, but if your opponent's got 3 or fewer prize cards remaining, it turns into a shuffle draw 8, which we've talked about a few times and I quite like. And then Briar gets a full art and a special illustration rare. Again, I'd shown you both of these previously. Briar's the one that if your opponent's got exactly 2 prizes remaining, if you take a KO with a Tera Pokemon this turn using damage, you take an extra prize. I am convinced this is going to see a bunch of play in Tera decks. I think it's awesome. And then in terms of the gold cards, I've already shown you Terapagos. We then get Bravery Charm. And they tend to do this. They do tend to give us a random card we've had previously. Sometimes it's an energy. There's no energy here. They've given us all of the energy. So instead, they give us gold Bravery Charm. Regular Bravery Charm came around in Paldea Evolved. It's an old card we had quite a while ago at this stage. But it gives an extra 50 HP to basic Pokemon. We know for a fact that it's a good card that's already seeing a bunch of play. So getting a gold version of it is honestly kind of cool. People are going to be happy about this. And then the other one we get here is Area Zero Underdepths. This is a gold stadium, but it's not a gold Kato stadium. And this makes me a little bit sad, honestly, because I love me some gold Kato stadiums. It is a cool stadium, lets you have 8 Pokemon on the bench as long as you've got a Tera Pokemon in play. It's fine. The artwork's fine. But I love gold Kato stadiums. And then finding out we got a new gold stadium and it's not Kato just breaks my heart a little bit. Sorry about that. But there we go. Those are all of the secret rares from Stella Miracle, Stella Crown over in the UK and US, Europe, etc. So now it's over to you guys. Tell me which of these you're excited about. Tell me what your chase cards are. Tell me which ones you want. For me, I really want that Hyganasuke Ledian. I think it's absolutely redonk. I kind of like the Orthworm full art. That will not be a difficult or expensive card to get hold of. And I actually really like the special illustration rare Lacey. I think that's an incredibly cool card because it's got the other trainers on doing their thing, and that makes me happy. But I want to know what you think, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like our newest Patreon, Quentin, who joined, I think, yesterday. And it seems to be a very lovely person. Don't know them very well. They've only just joined, but they seem to be a very lovely person. So shout out to the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.